Manchester United have been beaten at home in the League Cup in the semi-final. I'm fucking really pissed off with that. We go down with a whimper, Manchester United, and yet again we can't keep a fucking clean sheet to save our life. We've hardly got any fucking clean sheets all season, and we haven't even scored either in this game. I mean, I know we've been in a good vein of form recently. Maybe this was one step too far, but it's fucking frustrating because this is the fourth semi-final under Solskjaer and we've fucked it up yet again and gone down with yet another fucking whimper. Just like the previous games, we've fucking gone down like a whimper. Seville, I remember that one, that was so fucking frustrating as well. The amount of chances we had in that one, and this one again is fucking frustrating. Defensively, we're just not good enough, and in these cup competitions, if you give away just even a couple of good chances against these types of teams, you're going to get fucking punished, and we have done this evening. John Stones and Fernandinho with the goals this evening, which we put out a fairly strong lineup for this game, pretty much full strength. There was a couple of maybe key areas that could have been altered. Cavani, if he was fit, maybe, I mean, if he wasn't banned, could have come into the starting lineup. Maybe Mason Greenwood could have started, I'm not too sure, but he hasn't been in great form. And then maybe Tellez at left back instead of Shaw. But not many positions on that pitch could have been argued about. And I mean, the goalkeeper situation wouldn't have changed anything tonight. So it is fucking frustrating because we've got to win some silverware, that I feel, this season. If we don't, and then it is a failure of a season for me. Got to start winning silverware. And you look at the amount of trophies Man City have won in recent years, and it really does fucking hurt. It really does. And this League Cup has been something that Man City have been consistently winning in recent times under Pep Guardiola. And although people, including myself, I thought that Man City weren't good enough to win the Premier League this season, lately they've started to chalk out the wins, really getting further up that table because they've got games in hand, churning them out in the cup competitions as well. And the thing for Man City is they're not conceding goals. Very few goals that they're conceding, and they've got players that can score goals and hurt teams. I mean, Manchester United have as well, but Martial's been off form this season and Greenwood's been off form this season. If only them two players were in better form, because although we played better in the Premier League this season, and I've said this that I don't think Manchester United will win the Premier League this season. I don't think that we've got a chance. I just don't think we will. I don't think we're good enough defensively in order to do that. But the other teams, as I've said, have dropped off as well in the Premier League to allow Manchester United into the title race. So I'm not saying we haven't been better this season. We definitely fucking have been better in the Premier League. But other teams have allowed us to be on the verge of being top of the league if we win our game in hand. Obviously that would be a bread and butter winning the Premier League, but getting to this cup final would have been great for Manchester United. It really would have been. And this fucking does hurt me. It really does, that we've bottled it in another crunch test. And I'm a bit annoyed though that when you look at the starting lineup, I was fairly happy with that starting lineup, as I said, fairly comfortable with that team. I mean, Man City were threadbare in terms of some of their players on the bench. They've had players with coronavirus. I know they've got a big squad, they've got a great team, multi-million pound team, but Manchester United didn't make any substitutions till fucking so late. What is this with Solskjaer? I mean, we did have options on the bench. Greenwood, Donny van der Beek did come on, but it was far too fucking late to turn this game around. And although we were luckily only 1-0 down when he did make them changes, I can't remember the minute Greenwood come on, but it was with under 15 minutes to go. I think it was like 12 minutes to go or something, wasn't it? I mean, fucking Jesus, or was it 15? I can't remember, but there wasn't enough fucking time to bring a young guy like that onto the pitch in this magnitude of a game to try and salvage the game. It's just, I mean, maybe he would have changed it earlier if we'd had Cavani on the bench. Maybe he's not got the confidence in Greenwood that he's going to come off the bench and score goals at this moment in time. But Martial, has been in and out this season. Although I thought the change that he made was the right one, bringing a player like Scott McTominay off and bringing Greenwood on. I know a lot of people I saw on Twitter shouting for Martial to come off. But you've got to, in that situation, you're 1-0 down, you've got to keep all your attacking players on, in my opinion, to try and get that goal. And if it does, as it did in the end, go 2-0, then so be it. In a cup competition, when you're 1-0 down, you just got to go hell out to try and get back in it with 20 minutes to go. You've got to put as many attacking players on and go for it then, because you've got nothing to lose then, that's my opinion. Even though it hurts to go 2-0 down against Man City because they're a big rival, it's the same losing 2-3-0 in the cup. It's just the pride really that's at stake when you're playing the rivals. But Manchester United have got knocked out this evening to Manchester City. It's fucking frustrating. I was confident going into this game. I thought Manchester United have been in good form against Man City in recent times. We beat them up here last season in the league, and we did get a draw against them at home earlier a few weeks ago in the season. And I was confident, that Manchester United could go into this game and get the victory, but it wasn't to be. We haven't scored in this game, which is a bit frustrating. A lot of people are also saying that Fernandinho looks tired and stuff like that. Well, he's played so much football lately, which is fucking worrying for Manchester United with the amount of games we've still got to come. I'm wondering if 1 or 2 will be rotated for that Watford game, but I was thinking beforehand a rotational side against Watford, because we've got bigger fish to fry. But we've got knocked out of this competition, so that puts more importance on the FA Cup, because we get put out a massive rotated side and we somehow get a defeat against Watford, then things are really looking bleak, because you're only in 2 competitions and the league is still very much up in the air, and not many people are still going to be, deep down, not many people are going to be confident that Manchester United can still go on, and win the Premier League. That for me, Liverpool, Man City will still be the 2 favourites for the title. So then you're left with only the Premier League though, and the Europa League to fight for. You'd have gone out of 2 competitions within the space of a few days. So he's got to manage that team properly for that game and get the strongest team out that he can put out, that he thinks can win that game against Watford. I'm not too sure if they're going to rotate as well, but we'll talk about that in the next day or so. But really, I'm fucking frustrated that we've got knocked out the League Cup this evening. It would give Manchester United a great opportunity of winning our first trophy, and it's not to be now. It fucking is annoying. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How frustrating is it? Was this all Solskjaer's fault? I think some of the blame does have to go on Solskjaer for the lack of substitutions till late, but whether that would have changed it or not, I don't know anyway. But like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're watching this on Facebook, please do hit the share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.